Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. This is Nanette coming to you from the Life Enrichment office at Touchmark on Saddle Drive. And we are here today to do our trivia program. So it is Touchmark Tuesday Trivia. I'm glad you're joining me. It is easy to play along and I encourage everybody to do that. If you have been down to our front desk, you might have seen these forms hanging up in a pocket on the wall next to the mailboxes. And on one side, we have the rules for Touchmark Tuesday Trivia. And on the back side, there is a very nice answer sheet that you can use to write your answers down for our trivia. You can just use a plain sheet of paper. You don't have to use the form. This just differentiates that we have 4 rounds of 10 questions and it gives you places to write down the answers. On this back side, of course, there are the rules. The big thing is if you write down your answers and turn them into me either at the front desk or at my office, I will give you a prize. I'm pretty flexible. You could even tell me what prize you might like. Would you like a can of beer or a can of soda or a candy bar? I'm open. A bag of chips? You let me know. I'll get you the prize you like. I'm that happy when you play along. The next thing would be that our trivia is just for fun. I don't give you any extra credit for getting all the answers right. You don't get penalized for getting all the answers wrong. You could even cheat and write down 40 wrong answers and I'd still give you a prize. So please don't do that, but please feel free to play along, do the best you can. It doesn't matter if you miss 9 out of 10. With that, we kind of shoot for about a 50% average. So if you can get half of the questions right, you are doing terrific. If you can get a third of the questions right, you're doing pretty good. If you can get 2/3 of the questions right, 30 questions, that would be 3/4, then you're doing wonderfully. So just do the best you can, have fun. I try not to make it too hard, but it's no fun if it's too easy. So it's a little bit of that. We do replay our Tuesday trivia on Thursdays. So if you happen to miss the Tuesday program, you can always catch us on Thursday afternoons at 4 o'clock. So with that, we're going to do our rounds of trivia. Round 1 has 10 questions. All the rounds have 10 questions. I actually have a bonus question this time, and hopefully I'll remember to give you the answers to the final round, which I did not do last week, but I did follow it up on Thursday with the answers. So let's start with round 1 question. First question. What Caribbean country did reggae music originate in? That's question number 1. In what Caribbean country did reggae music originate? Write down that answer. Question number 2. What are you doing to an oyster if you shuck it? So question number 2, what are you doing to an oyster if you shuck it? All right, question number 3. What does Daddy go a-hunting for to wrap his baby bunting in? Ooh. Question number 3. What does Daddy go a-hunting for to wrap his baby bunting in? What is Daddy hunting for? That's question 3. All right, question number 4. What was the name of George Washington's home? His plantation in Virginia has a name. What is it? So question number 4. What is the name of George Washington's home? Well, he doesn't live there now, obviously, but that was question 4. Question number 5. What sport did Rowdy Gaines win 1984 Olympic gold participating in? So question number 5, what sport did Rowdy Gaines win a 1984 Olympic gold medal performing? What did he do? What was his sport, Rowdy Gaines? All right, that was number 5. Question number 6. What rank of Boy Scout comes after life? So life is one of the ranks of the Boy Scout. It's not Boy Scouts, it's Scouts. I'm sorry, I'm a Boy Scout mom. So So question number 6, what rank of Boy Scout or Scout comes after the rank of life? That's question 6. So question number 7, what president put a jar of jelly beans on his desk in the Oval Office? So question number 7, what president put a jar of jelly beans on his desk in the Oval Office? All right, question number 8. What did the dove bring back in its beak when it flew back to Noah's Ark? You remember the dove came back to Noah's Ark? Anyway, that's question number 8. What did the dove have in its beak when it flew back to Noah on the ark? All right, that's number 8. Number 9. Let me take that back. Number 9. Who does Professor Higgins educate in the movie My Fair Lady? Do you remember that one with Rex Harrison? So, who does Professor Higgins educate in the movie My Fair Lady? Who was My Fair Lady? All right, what was her name? All right, that's question number 9. Final question, number 10. What 2 astrological signs start with the letter A? So question number 10, what 2 astrological signs start with the letter A? You remember those horoscopes in the newspaper? What 2 of them start with A? All right, that was our first 10 questions. So now I'm going to give you the answers. So we'll go back. You have to self-correct. You keep track of your score. Mark the ones you get wrong. Cross them off, whatever you want to do. So let's go back and review. Question number 1. What Caribbean country did reggae music originate in? Well, if you know anything about reggae, you know it originated in Jamaica. Bob Marley's like the big reggae guy. Jamaica is the answer to number 1. Number 2, what are you doing to an oyster if you shuck it? Well, we don't live on the ocean, so we in Montana don't do oysters. But if you shuck an oyster, of course, you are opening it up. You're taking a knife and prying it open. That's shucking an oyster. So opening it up is that answer to number 2. Number 3, what does Daddy go a-hunting for to wrap his baby bunting in? Oh, Daddy goes a-hunting for a rabbit skin to wrap his baby bunting in. I don't know if it's Papa or Daddy. Daddy, Papa, anyway, it's a rabbit skin. That's the answer to number 3. Number 4, what was the name of George Washington's home? Well, I hope a lot of you have been there because, of course, George Washington lived at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon was the home of George Washington. That was the answer to number 4, Mount Vernon. Number 5, what sport did Rowdy Gaines win a 1984 Olympic gold medal? I don't know if he just won 1 or more. I don't know. Anyway, Rowdy Gaines is a very famous swimmer. He's kind of pre-Michael Phelps. But he would be post, who was the big one that won a bunch in 72? In 70, I can't remember his name. Anyway, Rowdy Gaines was a swimmer. Number 6, what rank of Boy Scout comes after the rank of life? Oh, if you're a Scout mom, then you know it starts Scout, Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, Life, and Eagle. So Eagle is what comes after life. Life is the very highest rank before you go for an Eagle Scout rank. So the answer to that is Eagle. All right, number 7. What president put a jar of jelly beans on his desk in the Oval Office? That answer is Ronald Reagan. He's famous for his jelly beans in the Oval Office. Jelly Belly jelly beans. I think they almost had a relationship that was very good. So Jelly Bellies, Ronald Reagan. All right, number 8. What did the dove have in its beak when it flew back to Noah's Ark? It had an olive branch in its beak as it flew back. So olive branch is the answer to number, what are we on? 8. So number 9, who does Professor Higgins educate in My Fair Lady? So Professor Higgins teaches her to say the rain in Spain is mainly in the plain. Eliza Doolittle. Eliza Doolittle is the answer to that one. All right, number 10, last one of this round. What two astrological signs start with the letter A? This is a tricky one. Aries, Aquarius. Those two. Aries and Aquarius are the answer to number 10. All right, that's the end of round 1. We'll put that down out of the way, check it off, and we'll go on to round 2. All right, get ready. Hope your pencil's sharp or your pen is full of ink. Anyway. All right, question number 1 of round 2. What piece stands to the left or to the right of the rook at the start of a chess game? So question number 1, what piece stands to the left and the right of the rook at the start of a chess game? I hope you know how to play chess. All right, question number 2. How many squares are there in a standard hopscotch game? You've seen hopscotch in chalk on the sidewalks. What is a standard hopscotch game? How many squares does it have? That's the answer. That's question number 2. How many squares are there in a standard hopscotch game? Question number 3. What other name is the Netherlands known by? Question number 3. What other name is the Netherlands known by? All right. Question number 4. What is the proper term for bouncing a basketball while running up and down the court? That's number 4. What is the proper term for bouncing a basketball while running up and down the court? What are you doing with that ball besides bouncing it? All right, that's number 4. Number 5. What state is known as the Centennial State because it was admitted to the Union on the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence? So number 5, what state is known as the Centennial State because it was admitted to the Union on the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence? All right, number 6. What was the name of the Roman official who ordered the crucifixion of Christ? I think I've had that question before. I hope you get it right. All right, number 6. What was the name of the Roman official who ordered the crucifixion of Christ? He ordered the crucifixion of a lot of other people, but we know him for that. All right, number 7. Who did the 3 blind mice run after? Yeah, you can remember that little fairy. Well, it's not a fairy tale. What is it? A nursery rhyme? 3 blind mice. Oh, it's a song. 3 blind mice. See how they run. Keep going. All right. So question number 7. Who did the 3 blind mice run after? All right. Number 8. Are your metatarsals in your hands or in your feet? I always give you a 50-50 question. You can guess one or the other. So number 8, are your metatarsals in your hands or in your feet? They're the little bones. They're little tiny bones. All right. Number 9. What comes in deerstalker, duckbill, bowler, and bellhop styles? So number 9. What comes in deerstalker, duckbill, bowler, and bellhop styles? Number 10, final question of round 2. What North American rodent likes to carry away and hide shiny little objects? So number 10, what North American rodent likes to carry away and hide shiny objects? Oh, they're so cute too. Anyway, all right, that's the end of round 2. Let's go back and review those answers. So I asked question number 1 of round 2. What piece stands to the left or to the right of the rook at the start of a chess game? The answer to that is a knight. So the rook is the castle at either end of the board, and next to the castle is the little horse piece, and the little horse piece is called a knight. Horse is not correct. It's a knight. The rooks and the knights and the bishops. There you go. So that's the answer to number 1, a knight. K-N-I-G-H-T, like a knight in shining armor. All right, number 2. How many squares are there in a standard hopscotch game? So in a standard hopscotch game, there are 8 squares. Although if you're a girl, you could make it go as long as you wanted. You could hopscotch a long way. But 8 is how many you would find in a standard hopscotch game that's drawn out. So 8 is the answer to number 2. Number 3, what other name is the Netherlands known by? The Netherlands is also known as Holland, the country of Holland, but Holland's not the official name. It's the Netherlands. So the Netherlands is also known as Holland. All right, number 4. What is the proper term for bouncing a basketball while running up and down the court? Of course, if you're bouncing that ball and running at the same time, you are dribbling the basketball. So dribbling is the answer to number 4, dribbling. All right, number 5. What state is known as the Centennial State because it was admitted to the Union on the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence? That state, the Centennial State, Colorado. So what? That would make Colorado, let's see, 1876-ish, right in there somewhere. And there's a town, Centennial, Colorado, so maybe that had something to do with it. Anyway, Colorado is the answer to number 5. Number 6, what was the name of the Roman official who ordered the crucifixion of Christ? Pontius Pilate. Oh, I don't take any points off for spelling, so you could misspell that if you wanted. But Pontius Pilate is the answer to number 6. Number 7, who did the 3 blind mice run after? Oh, those 3 blind mice, see how they run? They all run after the farmer's wife. Did you ever see such a thing in your life as 3 blind mice? So the farmer's wife is the answer to number 7, farmer's wife. All right, number 8. Are your metatarsals in your hands or in your feet? Metatarsals are in your feet. Metacarpals are in your hands, so like carpal tunnel syndrome. Anyway, the tarsals are down in your toes. So feet is the answer to number 8. Number 9, what comes in deerstalker, duckbill, bowler, and bellboy styles? Hats. So especially men's hats. You could put men's hats, but ladies can wear men's hats. So those are all styles of hats. Sherlock Holmes is very famous for that deerstalker hat, if you've ever seen that one. All right, number 9, or I'm sorry, that was number 9. Number 10, what North American rodent likes to carry away and hide shiny objects? Pack rats. Oh, they stink too. And I'm sorry, and they take everything and they get, anyway, they're very cute. They have these big Mickey Mouse ears. They're so cute. They stink and they collect things and they build big nests. So pack rats are a bane. Anyway, number 10 is pack rat. All right, that's the end of round 2. We'll take a little breath, not a break, a breath, and go on to round 3. All right, round 3, question number 1. Oh, I'm liking these kind of nursery rhyme questions today. Number 1. How many blackbirds were baked in a pie? You should know that one. All right, question number 1. How many blackbirds were baked in a pie? Number 2. What baseball player fields ground balls that are hit between the second and third baseman? That's question number 2. What baseball player, like position, fields ground balls that are hit between second and third base? Who's that guy hanging out there? What is his position? All right, that's question 2. Question number 3. What does Dorothy throw on the Wicked Witch of the West to make her melt? Question number 3. What does Dorothy throw on the Wicked Witch of the West to make her melt. Do you remember that scene? She goes, I'm melting. She melts. Anyway, that's question number 3. Question number 4. What is the smallest state west of the Mississippi? So that's question number 4. What is the smallest state west of the Mississippi? All right. Question number 5. What country do Peugeot and Citroën cars originate in? I think I'm saying Citroën, right? Okay, anyway. Number 5, what country do Peugeot and Citroën cars originate in? Maybe it's Citroën? It's Citroën cars. I don't know what it is. Where do they come from? What country makes them? All right, or what country are they made in? Number 6 is our next one. What parts of a building would a glazier install? So number 6, what parts of a building would a glazier, I think it's glazier, install? What does a glazier do? That would be number 6. All right, number 7. I already asked that one. That's the Mediterranean. Okay. I have to find another different number 7. So let me think about it and go on to number 7. Number 7. What are bowlines, clove hitches, and sheep shanks? What are they all types of? So number 7. What are bowlines, clove hitches, and sheep shanks? All right. That is number 7. Question number 8. How many white horses will she be driving in the song She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain? All right, so question number 8. How many white horses will she be driving in the song She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain when she comes? All right, how many? All right, question number 9. What is the capital city of Pennsylvania? That's question number 9. What is the capital city of Pennsylvania? All right, and now we're on question number 10. Oh my. I got to find one. I have my Trivial Pursuit cards here. Well, let's see. Question number 10 then. I'm going to find one that's not too hard, not too easy. Oh, that's like a trick question. No, I don't want that one. Number 10. Well, that's like a trick question too. Oh, I already got that one. Well, that's too. There's some really hard questions on these Trivial Pursuit cards. Well, okay, let's try this one. Number 10. What tremendously popular pet fish is the carp a relative of? So that's question number 10 on this card. What tremendously popular pet fish is the carp a relative of? That's question 10. Ooh, that took me a long time. All right, so let's go back and review our answers on that one. So question number 1, I ask you, how many blackbirds are baked in a pie? Oh, you should know this one. 24. 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. Anyway, I can't remember the whole thing. But the blackbirds, the number, 4 and 20 or 24. All right. Number 2, what baseball player fields ground balls that are hit between second and third base? If you've ever played baseball or softball, you know that's the shortstop. So shortstop is the answer to number 2. Number 3, what does Dorothy throw on the Wicked Witch of the West to make her melt? Oh, I'm melting. That would be Dorothy threw a big old bucket of water because she thought the Wicked Witch was on fire or something like that. So Water is what gets thrown on the Wicked Witch to make her melt. All right, number 4. What is the smallest state west of the Mississippi? Oh, this is like a trick question because the answer is Hawaii. Trick question. I know you probably said like Oregon or something. But anyway, the answer is Hawaii is the smallest state west of the Mississippi. All right, that was number 4. Number 5, what country do Peugeot and Citroën cars come from? Well, Peugeot is very identifiable with the country of France. So those are French cars, Peugeots and Citroëns. All right, number 5 was France. Number 6, what parts of a building would a glazer install? A glazer installs windows. They're kind of known for putting in like panes, broken panes of glass, but a glazer is somebody who installs windows. That's number 6. Number 7, what are bowlines, clove hitches, and sheepshanks? They are all kinds of knots. I could have said a timber hitch. That's another one. Overhand. Oh, there's lots of knots. So anyway, bowlines, clove hitches, and sheepshanks are all kinds of knots. K-N-O-T-S. All right, number 8. How many white horses will she be driving in the song, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes? She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. So 6 is the answer to number 8. The answer 6 to number 8. All right, number 9. What is the capital city of Pennsylvania? This is a hard one because it's not the biggest. It's not by far the biggest city in Pennsylvania. The answer is Harrisburg. Harrisburg is the capital city of Pennsylvania. All right, and then number 10, the one that I had to get off my Trivial Pursuit card. What tremendously popular pet fish is the carp a relative of? A goldfish. What is the most popular home aquarium fish? It's a goldfish. So a goldfish is a kind of a carp. It's like just a little tiny one. All right, so that was the answers to round 2. We are now on to round 3. Hope I don't have any repeat questions. All right, question number 1 in round 3. Oh, another baseball. All right, round 3, question 1. What is the baseball term for a home run that is hit when there are 3 runners on base? All right, question number 1. What is the baseball term for a home run hit with 3 runners on base? Oh, that's a dream come true. What is that known as? All right, question number 2. What fast food chain calls their milkshakes Frosties? So question number 2. What fast food chain calls their milkshakes Frosties? Question number 3. Who is the most famous pickled pepper picker? The most famous one. All right, number 3. Who is the most famous pickled pepper picker? I had to say that very carefully. All right, that's number 3. Now we're on to number 4, question 4. What is the fishing term for throwing a line into the water? What is that called when you throw a line into the water if you're fishing? So that's question 4. What is the fishing term for throwing a line into the water? Right, question number 5. What is the name of the car part or the device on a car that quiets the exhaust? So question number 5. What is the name of the car part or the device that quiets the exhaust on the car? What is that piece called, or that device, or that part? All right, that was number 5. Number 6. This should be an easy one. Number 6. What do super tankers carry? Number 6. What do super tankers carry? All right, we're on to number 7. What nationality was artist Pablo Picasso? Picasso was what nationality? All right, that was number 7. Number 8. What was the name of Bambi's little rabbit friend? Do you remember the movie Bambi? And Bambi had his mom, and then he was in the woods, and he had a little rabbit friend. Yes. What was Bambi's little rabbit friend's name? That's question number 8. All right, question number 9. What is the term for homemade fertilizer consisting of plant remains left in a heap to rot? What do we call that pile of stuff? All right, so question number 9. What is the term for homemade fertilizer consisting of plant remains left in a heap to rot? It's not always plant remains. I would put my eggshells in there, and eggshell, that's about it. Plant, salad stuff. Anyway, what is that called? All right, and then we're on question number 10. In what sport do competitors bob and weave? I'm giving it away. All right, question number 10. In what sport do competitors bob and weave? All right. Was that called? Oh, maybe I get. Oh, let's see. That might have been my round 4, and I just lost track. That was the end right there. Okay, that was my final questions. My final 10 questions. But look, I do have a bonus question on the bottom. So let me give you the bonus question to answer. Bonus question. What town's sheriff was Robin Hood's sworn enemy from? So what town was Robin Hood's sworn enemy from? So that is the bonus question. I'll read it exactly. What town's sheriff was Robin Hood's sworn enemy from? What town sheriff? What? So name the town. The sheriff of what was Robin Hood's enemy? All right. Let me go back over those answers. I won't forget this time. Number 1, I ask you, what is the baseball term for a home run that is hit when there are 3 runners on base? That's known as a grand slam. Oh, that's like the best. Then you get like 4 points because you got a home run and you brought in 3 runners. So grand slam is the answer to number 1. Number 2, what fast food chain calls their milkshake a Frosty? Well, if you've ever been there, then you know Wendy's is the fast food chain that has the Frosty for their milkshake. So Wendy's is the answer to number 2. Number 3, who is the most famous pickled pepper picker? Oh, you've said that as a kid. You know that the answer then is Peter Piper, because Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper is the answer to number 3. All right, number 4. What is the fishing term for throwing a line into the water? What is it called when you do that? When you throw your line out, you're casting. You're casting a line. So casting is the term for throwing a line into the water. Casting is the answer to number 4. All right, number 5. What is the name of the car part or the device on a car that quiets the exhaust? You can really tell when somebody does not have one because their car makes that great big sound. Anyway, the answer is muffler. The muffler is what muffles the sound of the exhaust on the car. So the answer to number 5, muffler. All right, number 6. What do super tankers carry? Of course they carry oil. We don't like super tankers that, run into rocks because then there's a big oil spill like the Exxon Valdez. Don't do that. So anyway, number 6, the answer is oil. Super tankers carry oil. All right, number 7. What nationality was artist Pablo Picasso? Well, Picasso, of course, was Spanish, but he was very cosmopolitan. He lived all over the world, and sometimes you forget where he's from. So he was Spanish. He was born in Spain. All right, number 8. What was the name of Bambi's little rabbit friend? Bambi's little rabbit friend was Thumper. Thumper is his name, Thumper. If you remember, his little foot would just go up and down, and he would tap it like that when he would get excited. So Thumper is the answer to number 8. Number 9, what is the term for homemade fertilizer consisting of plant remains left in a heap to rot? That is called your compost pile in the backyard. Compost. It's not mulch. That's different. This is compost because it kind of composts itself. Compost is the answer to number 9. And number 10, in what sport do competitors bob and weave? Oh, I know I gave it away with that. Boxing is known for bob and weave and do that. I could have got my hands up, but that would have really given it away. So boxing is the answer to number 10. And then our bonus question, what town sheriff was Robin Hood's sworn enemy? The sheriff of Nottingham. Nottingham, England. Well, you didn't have to put England, but the sheriff of Nottingham. So Nottingham was the answer to our bonus question. That is our 40 plus 1 questions for this week, for our 4 rounds of 10. Please turn in your answer sheets to me if you get a chance to do that. If you don't want to write the answers down and you're just playing along, I really like that too. So thank you for playing with me. Thanks for answering the questions and having fun doing that. And I will be back next Tuesday. Have a great week.